Hey, Crawlspacers, welcome to our Every Spider-Man Ever podcast. Let me introduce who we've got. We've got Dark Mark in the house. What's going on? How are you, sir? Dark Mark,
I'm fantastic.
hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. And your Carnage Swarm, Grant is going to be joining us. There's Grant
Hello.
right there. Welcome, sir. Wearing your Scarlet Spider hoodie, it looks like.
I am.
Very nice.
Here, I'll do
Very
the
nice.
special hood that zips all the way up.
Oh,
There we go.
you got the eyes. If you zip, does it zip?
Yeah, it zips.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. There's the demonstration.
There we
Here, I'll
go.
full screen you. There you go. I love it. Very nice. What's going on, SoFlo? You what?
I say he's set for COVID when he zips up.
Oh, yeah. There you go. SoFlo, what's going on? How are you, sir? Hope you had a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. So, in case you don't check the front page of the Crawlspace, which you should be doing, Mark has a column called Cobwebs. So I'm going to add the screen right here. Here's the front page of the Crawlspace. If you scroll down, over here on the right, you can easily click on it. It's also available over here on the columns drop down. He posted his monthly article. What day did you post that? December 13th. And I was like, oh, I wonder what he's writing about this time. So I clicked on it, and he's talking about, him and Grant wrote 4 separate spreadsheets, and they've been categorizing every single Spider-Man ever. And what did it say? When did you guys start this? Was it March to November? Is that what I saw this year?
March to November.
Okay.
Yep.
And
got it set up right before the COVID shutdown. And when the shutdown hit, like, oh well, guess I have a little bit more time to to do this.
to do an infinity number of Spider-Men, which is crazy. So talk a bit about why you guys wanted to do this. Talk about that a little bit.
Because we're crazy.
Yeah, well, we knew that going in. Grant, did you pitch it or did Dad pitch it? Whose idea was it? Dad pitched it. Okay,
but I was very on board to do it.
It was my stupid idea.
So when you click on the article, it takes you to 4 separate spreadsheets. So let's click on the Earth 0 to what, 10,000?
Yes.
Yeah, 10,000. So we're going to load this. It's a simple Google Doc that you did.
I've always liked the what ifs. So that being able to interact with those what if Spider-Man was always something I thought was an interesting idea. And then the 90s cartoon, which was, look, I came out, I was a little bit too old for when that hit there. I watched it, but it wasn't, it wasn't my time period.
Yeah.
But I really liked the one where I really hate clones. Right, that was the one where they got all these different.
That was the Spider-Verse one, yeah.
The Spider-Verse one, and so I love that. And then I thought, one day I'm going to do a Cobwebs on the what ifs. I had a class extra credit sitting on my website for them to catalog every Earth in Marvel. So anybody who contributed to it would get bonus points.
And what class do you teach? It's high school, right? What class do you teach?
I teach English.
English, okay. So they're learning about citing their sources, etc., but using a Spider-Man as an intro to it. Yeah.
But that never really panned out. There was just too much work. Nobody really wanted to pitch in on that.
I understand.
So then Dan Slott came out with his, every Spider-Man ever, Spider-Verse, I was very excited, even though nothing before then really led me to believe he was going to be able to pull this off. I had utmost faith. Now, I came in there, I was going to buy all in on it.
Yeah.
And that didn't work so well.
But it introduced a lot of various Spider-Men that were not previously seen, or maybe they were once seen, or etc. So I want to know about how you got the numbering. Did you go in every comic, or did someone how did you get these numbers for Earth number 1? Like that's the
Okay.
Loom world. How'd you get the Earths?
I started trying to find them on my own, and then I found that Marvel Fandom does a pretty good job cataloging the Earths.
And you've got that link down here, I think.
Yeah, I put a link to Marvel Fandom on all the documents.
There it is, right there. Okay, so if you open that link, that'll take here. I'll show the viewers this. So that's what you're talking about. So they have a good listing here of
but
what.
You can't tell if Spider-Man is in those.
Right.
So what we did was we pull up an Earth, and then we would pull up the characters from that Earth, and then we would search for Peter Parker or Miles Morales or Miguel O'Hara or
Mary Jane or something.
Yeah, and then sometimes if there was a different character, usually if there was a different person that was the Spider-Man, they were usually the center of that Earth, so it was a little bit easier to find. But there might be somebody that we missed because there's a lot.
No doubt. So the list that you compiled is all the Spider-Man. It's not. Is it Miles? Does it? I guess it could be like the supporting, like Spider-Gwen would be the Spider person of that universe. Is that how the criteria goes?
So we went with Peter Parker first and foremost.
Okay.
And if he was the Spider-Man in that world, we didn't bother looking for Jessica Drew or anybody else, unless the story was Peter died and Mayday took up his mantle and became
Right. So let's go through these a little bit. Grant, what so did Dad do like the first 5,000, then you did the next 5,000, or how'd you guys break out the work?
So when we were first doing it, we were just trying to do worlds that we knew about. So I did the 1610 because that's the Ultimate Universe, and that's where I started first reading Spider-Man.
I didn't even know that number. All I know is 66. No, it's not 666. That's Mephisto's world, probably. 616. 616 is the Spider-Man everybody knows, right?
Right.
Okay, got
it. So I tried to do like the Ultimate Universe, and then I went for some of the other ones that I knew existed. So like there's the Marvel Lego video game universe.
How'd you find that number? Where does it say that number?
So I did some deep digging on that one, and Marvel put out a statement saying that was a specific number. I can't remember what number it is off the top of my head right now, but it's in the docket.
Oh my gosh.
And then Mark says, that we can go through the Marvel database or the Marvel fandom database, and that makes it a little bit easier. So that's what we started doing after that.
Wow.
There's a lot of Peter Parkers out there. They use Peter, like if Excalibur does a lot of reality jumping, X-Men do a lot of reality jumping. Yeah. But when they want to show that a world is set, that is definitely a Marvel Earth, they always show Spider-Man in there. So sometimes he's just standing in the background or swinging by in the
And if memory serves correctly, What If generally said Earth and then it had a number next to it when you read those What If books. Or Exiles did that too when I read Exiles. So I have seen it mentioned before, the specific Earths, but man, do you think Marvel has this document? There has to be somebody has to say, hey, I want to make a new Spider-Man. Here's the numbers available. It's like a phone book. Plug it in.
Well, if they do have it, Dan Slott did not use it.
Oh, did he mess up some numbers when he did Spider-Verse or what?
Well, I don't know if he messed up. There was a few numbers that he got off, but I think he did. He may have done those on purpose. The Amazing Friends, Earth number is off, and he never gave a number for the Hostess because his Spider-Man didn't use Hostess. It was a generic, Golden Delight or something, pastry or something like that.
That's the Great Value Earth. Yeah. The knockoff, the store brand, yeah. So let's go through these. Well, here I'll show all the documents. So this is the first document. It covers Earth 0 to 10,000. Is there a link at the bottom to go to next page, or do I need to go back? Okay, let me see here.
Yeah.
If you go all the way
top also, but
there is. Okay.
Well,
I said I should have made one at the top. I didn't make one at the top.
Okay. Here is part 2. So you go to part 2. Oh, that opens up another tab. So let me put it here. It'd be easier if I just did this. Here is the second document. I
wanted to make it all one document, but once I started getting about a fourth of the way through, it was just lag. I couldn't get it pull up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Google must say, hey, we can't handle that many Spider-Men. So, there's Spider's Man. I remember him. Guy consisted all of spiders. But yeah, look at this. This is Earth 10,000 to 30,000. If you keep going down, I'm just going to browse. We'll go over these a little bit more in depth, but man, look at all this. Who is that?
I'd like to point out, because I'm pretty proud of this.
Yeah.
You notice that there's only it says 2 pages, but you keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling.
Yeah.
You can't just use Google Doc to make your page that long. But I did.
He there you go. Home from college weekend, and he went on for like an hour about how he was so proud of himself that he managed to space it out so it didn't have a page break. You called me and asked if I knew how to do it at one point.
This is page 3 that Mark is so happy about. Now, this goes to 30,000 to 90,000, or 30,000 to 90,000. Oh my God! Oh, there's the horse. I remember reading about that one. That was in a.
Was that Widow? Spider Horse or Widow?
Spider Horse. Patrick O'Hare. Yeah, that was funny. But anyway, look at all these Spider-Men. Oh, that's one of your favorites right there.
There we go. I love these hostess.
So the Marvel fandom gave that number to it, 51914.
Well, I don't think Marvel. Okay, so I sent out a message to one of the editors at Marvel Fandom to ask, but I didn't hear back before this podcast. Mm-hmm. But they have the official numbers that I think they get from the Marvel official handbook, or it was mentioned in a comic book, or it was mentioned by an editor or something.
Okay.
But when they have an Earth that they don't have an official number for, they give it a temporary, they call it a TRN, a temporary reality number. But I didn't use those numbers because they weren't official.
Okay. So did you make those numbers up, or?
No. So the ones that we don't have an official number are at the bottom of the final document, and they're listed no official designation.
Okay.
And
so this
is undesignated.
Did you?
I'm going to go through
page 4 that you've got, and this is Earth 90,000 to infinity. So some of these are ones that we don't know.
Thank you, Amazing Simon.
Amazing Simon.
He said, "This is crazy rigorous. The Lord's work."
The Amazing Simon. It is indeed the Lord's work. Thanks for watching us over on Twitter, Amazing Simon. That's awesome. Here, we'll take a couple. Ryan says he's a horse with no name and glad to be out of the rain. There we go. Oh my, Grant, help me. NVM.
Never mind.
Oh, no, I saw it on your site. Okay. What website is this and how can I find it? Well, SpidermanCrawlspace.com. Caleb, welcome to the site. We've been online since 1998. But no, it's always good that it's your first time. You can find it on SpidermanCrawlspace.com. Kevin says, hi, Mom. Chi-Town, I think Mark made those numbers up. Of course, Chi-Town.
Chi-Town, I can answer. Chi-Town sent a request to have Chi-Town Spidey added to the list.
Oh, of course he did.
We sat down and discussed it, and as a committee, Chi-Town, we're sorry to regret to inform you that your application has been denied, but we wish you all the luck in applying for our other verse charts, like maybe you could be the Chi-Town Willie Lumpkin. Or...
that's funny. To Caleb, who asked, Again, we'll go over it. Go to the main page at spidermancrawlspace.com. Over on the right-hand side, look for Cobwebs, and it's the most recent article that Mark and Grant wrote. It's called, this is your 70th Cobwebs, by the way. What year did you start this article?
The column was, oh gosh, I guess I've been doing it about 5 years now, huh?
Wow, yeah, they're awesome. I always look forward to them. So
I slowed down on putting them out because writing the reviews twice a month is kind of cuts into.
Yeah, I understand. But anyway, that's where you could find this article. So the amazing Mon says, I love Google Docs and Spider-Man more than most things. This is worth being up at 2 a.m. for. So, that's interesting. You like Google Docs and Spider-Man. We put those together like an Oreo cookie. Is what we've done.
Not just one Google Doc. Four.
We needed pageation.
Like we're an infomercial suddenly. Not one. Whoops. I meant to go back here. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back. Let's start breaking it down. Let's go to Earth 0. And that is where Loom World is, right?
Yeah.
That was introduced in Superior Spider-Man 33. Okay. Look at all these people online looking at this document. I think that's funny. Can you guys see that? Yeah. See all those people looking at their. We have an anonymous frog. We have an anonymous hamster. And we have Grant Alford. Okay. So Earth 4, Edge of the Spider-Verse, Ezekiel. So is that the one that we meet in JMS's Spider-Man?
Yes.
Amazing, I guess. Yes. Okay.
Well, no. That's one that was created for Spider. That's an Ezekiel that was created.
Oh, I see. Okay, so that, I got you. So
first, a lot of Spider-Man to add in here instead of using some of the ones that were already in existence. He created a bunch to fill it out some.
By the way, Chi-Town says we did not discuss this, and Hornacek says Chi-Town's Earth should be 420 because of his love of Mary Jane. I think that's awesome, Hornacek. So again, the columns are broken down. Earth, the name of the character, the description of the character, and the first appearance on the right. So
if the name of the character is blank, it's just Peter Parker as Spider-Man instead of writing that 500 times.
Yeah. I had no idea. I'd forgotten that Miles and Gwen Stacy were married, and I don't remember that one. Spider-Man 14, Volume 2. So is that Miles's book?
Yes.
That we saw that. It's probably that upside down kiss cover, if I remember correctly.
And by the way, all those links will take you to the Marvel Unlimited version of that comic.
Oh. Here, let's copy link. Let's take a look and see what it does. Oh, wow. How long did that take, man? Well, obviously March to November. There you go. There you go. That does take it to the Marvel Unlimited page. Look at that. That's so cool. All right. Meanwhile, back on Earth, 14 out of infinity. Oh, here we go. So is this the 60s show? Is Earth 60? Earth 67 has to be the
identical to it, but it's the one that was in the after credit scene for the Spider-Verse.
So what? I wonder what number the 60s show is.
It's in there.
67.99.
Yeah. Let's see. Spider-Man was a member of Excalibur in Earth 148. I don't remember that.
Yeah,
one.
He's got Wolverine's powers in that one. Plus the Spider-Man powers. So,
is there some? Stop me if there's some that you want to spotlight. Oh, I remember this one. Charlie Parker, the Spider Kid. I remember that reading that one. That was different. Didn't Christopher Priest write that one? I think.
Yeah, I think he did.
Any fun ones that you can remember that you were like, this is hilarious, or this is fun, or they should incorporate this?
Oh, the 311 right there that you're on is a good one. That's the one set as like during the English colonization of the New World.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I remember that one was Neil Gaiman. Didn't he create that one?
I believe he did. And Slot killed him in the Free Comic Book Day.
There should be another column. Slot killed him. Yeah, okay. What in the world happened here? Oh, this is again 1602. Man, Peter and Daredevil looking old.
So that's
Purple Man killed him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Purple Man president.
Oh wow.
And I could have done a whole lot more for the 616, but then I thought we already know that one. I'm not going to bother right now.
I would have made one.
So. Maybe we'll go in there and add every spider hero at all in the names there or something.
Well, and to go over where we got the 616, from what I have heard, 61 is for 1961. That's when Fantastic Four first appeared. And what is the guy that wrote Watchmen?
Alan Moore.
Alan Moore, when he was writing Captain Britain, I think he came up with that number. Is that what you guys remember?
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, that's what I've heard
too. I've heard that off the Crawlspace podcast, so I don't know how accurate it is.
Hell, I was on it, and I don't remember that. But anyway, what's this one just a smidge off of 616? That's interesting. Gwen Stacy from
a weird one. Gwen Stacy, she swings into that Earth and saves the Gwen Stacy of that one, so that she and Peter can go on and become,
Okay.
But it was something from the Gwen Stacy comics. I don't follow those. I tried.
Yeah, they're okay. They're okay. By the way, Hornacek, Chi-Town did not like your suggestion of Earth 42 because of his love of Mary Jane. Chi-Town would like number 59854746633, blah, blah, blah. And I have no idea if Sheep Boy is here.
Yes. Not only is Sheep Boy in there somewhere, but he has a picture. I think he's on another document. We'll get to him.
I thought you were asking for a user. I didn't know there was a Spider-Man Sheep Boy out there. Okay.
There is. I like the Peter Pooper from 665.
Peter Pooper, Parody World. Spider-Man takes on Gnatman and Rotten when JJ hires the two DCS characters to fight Spider-Man. Not Bad Eck. There you go. I never read Not Bad Eck. Did you guys like that book? Or
I only read this one, and I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. In the 90s, they had a similar one called What The. I remember those.
So, I loved What The too.
Let's see. Peter Parker marries Gwen Stacy, has a son, Ben Parker. Boy, that's been done before. Peter's power on Earth 688. Peter's powers begins to mutate him physically. He grows an extra arms and produces organic webbing. And it becomes all spider. Ben Parker is a mutant with spider form, shape-shifting powers, is designated as 88896. Okay. I kind of remember that one.
Peters has daughters that are named different things, but whenever he has a son, it's always named Ben or Benjamin. Ben or Benjamin.
It's a constant throughout the universe. Name the daughters he's had. He's had May. He's had
May, Annie.
Yeah.
He's had was there a Jessica, I think?
He's had a granddaughter. What was that one he had with Hawkeye's? Ashley Barton. There you go. Yeah. Let's see.
So we're not going to say what her name is.
Yeah. You have May Riley.
Is the one that where you guys go back up a little bit. 691's the one where the Martians take over Earth, and Spider-Man is the last hero to be defeated. So they have a whole wing dedicated to him.
I remember that. That was back in the 90s. You have a link to that one. That was a mini series called Galactic Guardians. Yeah. That's Wonder Man, the future Ghost Rider, Fire Lord, again, who Spider-Man whooped his ass.
Which we discussed on Cobwebs was a good call by the writer.
Yeah, good job, Tom DeFalco and Ron Friends on that one. That's one of my favorite issues. Let's see. I recognize that one. That's Spider-Man UK. Billy Braddock. Edge of the Spider-Verse. Mayday Parker, Spider-Girl, and Excalibur 49. What?
There is a lot of Excalibur, and Excalibur is they explore a lot of Spider-Man's potential, like his daughter, his son, Spider-Man with 6 arms, Spider-Man evil, whatever. He pops up a lot in those Excaliburs.
This particular issue, that's an interesting Spider-Girl costume. That was in Excalibur 49, as you put a link to Marvel Unlimited. So let me go back to Spider-Girl. Was her name May, I wonder, in that book?
It doesn't give her name.
Okay. Let's see. Where was I? Once I keep going back, it keeps scrolling the document up, so I'm not going to do that as much.
Chi-Town will be happy with Earth 1218.
Well, let's not overlook one of my favorites, Miguel O'Hara.
Oh,
Miguel O'Hara, one of the classic, introduced in Amazing 365, which was Spider-Man's 30th anniversary issue, if I remember correctly, with a holofoil cover. So you got, okay, what was the one with Chi-Town? Oh, you can't forget. We'll go back up to her in a minute. What 12 what?
1218.
1218, various people. This is the universe that we live in, and Spider-Man is portrayed by many different people over the course of time, but both officially and unofficial. Oh, so it's the Crawlspace cosplay. So it's cosplayers.
Yep.
That's the cosplay universe. I see. I got you.
And that one just below it, 1219, was found by one of our Crawlspacers, one of our readers, Joel Ranger. They does not include Spider-Man on the Marvel fandom there, but yeah, he swore it was in there, and I went and I pulled it up, and sure enough, Spider-Man is in that world.
I remember that book. I forget who wrote that. Well, I can easily see openly.
Mark Miller, I believe.
Mark Miller, yes, I remember that. Here, I can show you the cover. That was actually not a bad book. I remember it came out, and the cover is an homage to those Marvel Universe profiles. Remember, everybody's going from left to right on the cover. John Byrne penciled that in the 80s. I remember that so well. Let's see. Okay, we skipped over Mayday Parker. We just Spider-Man 2099 is what number? Let me go back to him. There he is. There. Miguel O'Hara's Earth 928. I guess they say that in the first issue, maybe. It says Earth 928.
I don't know where it was. I can't remember.
Why wouldn't it be Earth 2099? I don't understand why Marvel wouldn't. I mean, that seems like a no-brainer.
Too on the nose, I guess.
I mean, and by the way, the world in 2099, that is the longest year. That's like the year 2020 for us. The year 2099 has been going on for at least 30 years in that universe. The days creep by in 2099. They never get to 2100 ever.
It's like the newspaper strip. It's just a constant time loop.
I mean, seriously. And of course, our girl Mayday Parker, 982. I don't know of anything special. Well, was she introduced in 1998? Maybe. Possibly. Here, I could find the answer right here. Let me see what year Mayday Parker was introduced. Well, she was in 10. Yeah. Yep, there you go. February 1st, 1998 is when What If 105. So maybe 98 has something to do with 1998.
Marvel Unlimited does not have a lot of those What If Volume 2s, but I still link to the placeholder because I figure they're going to be. Once eventually, the What If TV show comes in, I'm sure they're going to start flooding that out.
Oh, yeah. They need to scan those and put them up. So we got Spider-Cat. Probably we'll never see Spider-Cat again except on this one shot Marvel tried to get you $4 out of you.
Grant found another Spider-Cat.
Well, there's
in the Miles Morales PS4/PS5 game, you can get a alternate costume where he has Spider-Man the cat that rides around in his backpack while he web swings.
I've heard about that.
We'll have to add that in there. I don't think we added that.
I am starting to add it in on the undesignated.
Okay.
Nice. Hornacek says Excalibur had a large series of issues where the team was traveling from one alternate Earth to another. They were basically doing sliders. I remember sliders. Simon James says, are there any universes with negative numbers? If so, you guys have done half a job.
No, there's not.
I have looked. I made sure to look, and the closest thing is there is a DC Marvel crossover world where there's a bizarro alternate world inhabited by all the Peter Parker clones that are also bizarro Peter Parker clones.
Wow. So there's a clone world. Wow. That's probably more than Ben 27. Chi-Town is combining the cosplay universe with the Mayday universe. Michael Reed says he's older by 1 year than Mayday Parker. Not to mention all the other cosplayers that swung by their way to the crawl space. Yes, Chi-Town. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Oh, so is this the PS4 Spider-Man, or is that just the novel? I guess so. Earth 1048. Video game novel.
The video game and the novel. They both take place in the same universe.
Okay, so 1048 is the PS4/PS5 Spider-Man. Got it. Was that you read that novel? Didn't you?
That's the PlayStation 3 version. Right?
Well, there isn't a PlayStation 3 Spider-Man game. Well, I mean, there is.
I have a mistype there.
Oh, you read that novel, if memory serves, didn't you? Was it good?
I'm going to fix that.
Let's fix it right on the air.
1048. No, I'm not going to fix it on the air because my internet can only take so much.
We can't edit a Google Doc and stream here at the Alfred House.
Oh, you are going to change it.
I am going to change it
on the air.
1048. You got a long way to scroll.
Okay. Change the 3 to the 4.
Yeah, we're going to move to the.
Through the scroll bar.
No, I've got the page up.
Right. Oh, Mark's in it. I see his little green icon. I don't know if you guys do. Yep, there he goes. He's almost there. He's changing it from PlayStation 3 to 4.
Yay!
Yay!
And to answer Hornacek's question, the Earth with imaginary numbers, there is Earth 33.33333 repeating.
Oh, wow. Wow. I call him PS Forderman.
Oh, did I mute him again? No, I didn't.
There you go. It sounds like a DC thing, Hornacek.
Somehow we lost the sound.
Uh-oh. See, I wish we didn't mess with the Google Doc if you lost the sound. Maybe close the doc. Now, can you hear me? Oh.
All right, Brad, I don't know if you can hear me or not. I'm going to drop out and come back in and see if that fixes that.
Okay. I'll be here with your Google Doc.
Hey, we're back in.
Hey, just the sheer threat of me staying with your Google Doc brought you back. I remember this one. This is where he didn't get rid of Earth 1089, where he didn't get rid of the suit. He just kept it on. Then it went. Didn't it eat him alive? He eventually became a skeleton, I think, of the Hulk guy.
No, it fed off his adrenaline and made him an old man.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That was before Venom ever came. Yeah, they used something with Venom. So I love that. I hate it they didn't use that concept.
Yeah.
That's the same one that it goes over to the Hulk.
It goes, right? Yeah. It goes to the Hulk, and Hulk gets freaked out by it. You're just looking in its eyes and stuff.
Hornacek says this is like watching Scotty save the reactor in Star Trek. I don't know. All right. Let's see. May Parker was also in that Earth X miniseries, so this is just a little bit different. I think she's older in that universe too.
A little bit.
A member of the Heralds. Oh. I thought it was the original May Parker. I guess it's not. So,
and there's a lot of those Fantastic 5 worlds, and there's a lot of the Fantastic 4 worlds where it's Hulk, Ghost Rider, Wolverine, and Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
And then there we have the best world, 1610.
No, 16. Oh, I overlooked it. I was going down to Earth 1983. All right, so this is Miles Morales' world. This is where Peter Parker died, and Miles Morales took over. So that's the ultimate world, right?
Yeah. Peter Parker was shot by the Punisher after he took a bullet for Captain America. And then he fought the Green Goblin and used the last bit of his strength to pick up a flaming 18-wheeler of gas, or the gas truck, and smashed it on the Green Goblin repeatedly, and then died in Aunt May's arms.
I know a member of the podcast that will disagree with you that is the best universe.
No, he's not here, is he?
No.
By the way, I wonder what 1610 represents. I mean, the ultimate. This should have been like Earth 2000 because that's when the Ultimate Universe came out. You would think, but anyway, I don't think there's much logic. Speaking of some of the best universes, Earth 1983.
There you
go. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
That's the comic book version of it.
Oh, it's not.
That's the one that Moreland kills.
Oh, okay.
So the
8107
is the cartoon.
8107. Let me go down.
Well, I don't know if that's in the
8107. There they are. So that's the one Slott couldn't touch.
He didn't touch that one.
He didn't touch that one. He touched the adaptation.
And I don't know if there was not a distinction between the two, and he got the world wrong, and so now it's just been split, or what? I don't know.
Well, I'm glad he killed that one. I'm gonna say killed any of them. But anyway, let's see that Earth 2149. That's the zombie Spider-Man, I guess.
That's one of them.
One of the zombie universe.
There's a whole bunch of zombie ones.
Is this Peter Parker in a Fantastic Four suit? And is that Mary Jane with a baby? Oh yeah. You were just talking about that's where Wolverine, Ghost Rider, and Hulk and him.
One of the many.
One of the many. Let's see. Wolverine became a horseman of the apocalypse. Spider-Man is one of the several who died trying to stop him, got taken out. Oh, I remember Spider-Man.
He does a lot.
Man, talk about an odd team up of fights. Spider-Man versus what's his name? Not Frogger. He's getting a Marvel Legend. What's his name?
Leapfrog.
There you go. He's getting a Marvel Legend, which I never thought I would see. I think that's funny. Oh, Marvel! You even went to Bill Jimis's world? Look at that.
You got them all.
Oh my gosh. Peter Parker is Spider-Man this Earth, but nothing of note has been seen so far. Kind of like that whole 6-issue miniseries Marvel. If I remember, the only good thing about it was the covers by Greg Horn. Let's see what this one is. Yep, she's naked with a pizza. That was with a PlayStation 2. Yep, that was the only good thing about that book. Where was I? I was at Spider-Man, if I remember correctly. Okay, let's keep going down. What is this guy? Defenders 4, Volume 3, 5113. Dormammu reigns and Spider-Man has 6 arms and wears a black suit, but not the symbiote. Huh. Interesting. Peter Parker, Pestilence.
Yeah, and I don't know these stories, but that's one of the 4 horsemen. Never mind. There's several of them where people become poisoned.
Okay.
It's some sort of symbiote story, but I don't know anything about. But I kept seeing that popping up a lot. There was lots of Earths where, in this Earth, Iron Fist becomes poison.
Gotcha. Scott wants to know, this is pretty cool. Publicly accessible. Yes. Go to the Spiderman-Crawlspace.com. On the right-hand side, look for Cobwebs. And this is where we're getting it from. Get your house in order, Barrowman, says Hornacek. Let's see. What else we got?
Look at 6311.
6311. Android Spider-Man.
So this is the first time Spider-Man interacts with the Avengers. And he comes in and kicks their butts. And it turns out later that it was a robot made by Kang.
Oh, yeah. That's a robot.
If I remember correctly, I think Spider-Man comes and beats up the robot or something.
Yes, at the very end. I remember that. So that was probably the very first Spider-Man, alternate Spider-Man. From 1964. If he was introduced in 62. 2 years later, we started making clones or copies. My God. Here's
a little bit of trivia for you, Brad. Do you know the first superhero to do a parallel version?
Well, I would probably guess Bizarro with Superman, if I had to guess. Is that no?
The Flash from the Flash of Two Worlds.
Oh, probably in the 60s, huh? Or even earlier.
I think so.
Yeah,
they're trying to get their messed up continuity in order.
Right. Vinkman says hello. Well, that was Leapfrog or Frogman. I remember he went by both of them. If I remember,
I think it was Frogman.
Yeah, Frogman.
Yeah.
Del Boy, hello from the UK. What's going on, Del Boy? How are you, sir? Vinkman does remember that issue of the Avengers. I think did Kirby draw? No, it's Dick Ayers. I think wrote it.
Now, Kirby does draw Spider-Man. He does a Fantastic Four comic that is the exact same as Amazing Spider-Man #1, except for he does it all from Fantastic Four's perspective, and Spider-Man has like Crawlspace or something. Like he's like held back by a huge fan.
Fantastic Four is that? I wonder. I don't remember that one. This one I play.
I did a Cobwebs on it a while back. I think I find it.
6109. I remember this, the Marvel Ultimate Alliance video game. That was fun back in the day. Let's see.
A new one just came out, Ultimate Alliance 3, but it's very bad.
It's for Switch, I think. That's why I don't have it.
Switch. And it's not
good. It's bad. It's not very good.
It's not good. I played Ultimate Alliance 2 on the Wii. Yeah. And that one I enjoyed, but I tried Ultimate Alliance 3 and it's not good.
It's awful. Oh, Spider-Man J, the show Amano Spider-Man 7041. Yeah, Marvel put out some I guess manga reprints of these back in the day. I remember those.
It was hard to find. I forgot where I found what that link goes to. I don't think it goes to Marvel Unlimited.
I'll see where it goes. Let's see. And now it goes to Marvel. There it is.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, there you go. There's Spider-Man J.
That one was hard to find.
Yeah.
I remember searching and searching to try to find a link for that one.
Look at those anime eyes inside the regular lenses. That's interesting. Let's see. Peter
7041 is where you were.
Peter Porker as a zombie, which you probably don't want to eat that bacon. If he's a zombie, it's been sitting out too long. It's rotted. Where was I?
7041.
There he is, right there. Ultimate Civil War Spider-Ham. You guys talked about that. Oh, manga Spider-Man. That I remember seeing that one. Is this the?
That is the
official Spider-Ham from the very
first?
No, okay.
That's not the official one.
Because that would have been Marvel TAILS Tales.
Right.
#1. Yeah. So that's not the official Spider-Man.
That's not the official.
All right, you got to talk about this. This is a universe where Marvel bought DC, which could be happening sooner than later. So this is a world where Spider-Man and Superman live together, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not even acknowledged that they shouldn't be together. They just got to pick up the story and go, which I like, because why waste time?
Yeah.
Nobody cares why they're fighting. They just wanted to see the two go at each other.
I'm trying to think. I think that book came out in 76. I could be wrong. Maybe that's why it says 7642. I could be wrong. But yeah, that was a classic.
And of course, there's no link to that one because Marvel Unlimited cannot put out that one.
If they buy it from Warner Brothers, they might, or AT&T. But would you like that? Would you like Marvel and Superman and Spider-Man being in the same universe? Would you guys like that? I think that would be odd.
No.
I wouldn't like that.
I've been reading a lot of the DC lately because I got their online version.
Right.
And it's a whole different feel. It's kind of like Star Trek and Star Wars. I like them both, but they do not mesh together. And the DC universe just has a whole different feel from the Marvel universe. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Vinkman, you got me. That's right. Don Heck drew that issue of Avengers. Yeah. Chi-Town wants to know, are all the Spider-Man video games on this list?
Yes.
Okay.
We're trying.
so most of the Spider-Man in video games are undesignated, so they don't have a universe number.
Right.
I think I have all of them so far on the fourth document, but I'm going to go back through it another double check.
The Atari one should be Earth 2600 because of the Atari 2600 is what I would think that would be. Anyway. Dark Mark, when was the first appearance of Spider-Man when he married the Wasp character? Do you remember that?
I don't know. I'm not JR.
Come on, Mark. You know
volume 2, number 54.
Just say it's on the 4th document.
It was Amazing Spider-Man number 123.
There you go. Pinkman, I guess I was right. It did come out in January 76, so maybe that's why that Earth is called 7642. There you go. Scott also wants to know how you came up with the universe numbers.
No, our sound keeps going out for some reason.
Oh, okay. Scott, they went to Marvel Fandom. They also went into the books, the Marvel Fandom website. That's how they found
not the mic. It's just our sound.
Internet, I think.
Can you hear me now? Okay, well we'll keep going. We've got
Yeah.
Am I back?
Should we go out and come back in, you think?
Okay. If you can see me. All right, they're going to come back in just a second when they get their sound back so they can hear me. We can talk. Feel free to ask some more questions. I'm glad that you guys are here. If you want to find where these documents are, I will show you. Here, let me add you. Hey, can you hear me now? Mark, can you hear me? Grant, can you hear me?
Can you hear? Yeah.
I'm going to go.
Oh,
hey, I'm back.
Hey.
Cool.
Sorry about that.
It's all right.
With Chi-Town's amazing Ethernet cable, it's just not enough there.
I was telling the folks again how they find this article. They go to the Crawlspace, SpidermanCrawlspace.com. Over on the right-hand side is all of our exclusive columns.
Why are you touching the computer?
Go to Cobwebs right here, and you're going to click on this article right here, and that's where all the documents are. And you can click on these right here, and you can see them. I lost Mark again since I was showing everybody this. Let's go back to the Word document again. And we will pull that up, and it sounds like, hey, you're back. Can you hear us now? Or can you hear me now?
Well, Brad, we can't hear you at the moment. I'm so sorry. It's just this CenturyLink.
Okay.
8417 is a good one to go look for.
84. There you go. Oh, the golden oldie. Yes. That's a good one. I remember that was Assistant Editors Month is what we did that one.
That's not a bad idea.
So Chi-Town says, so ungrateful. Simon wants to know how have you guys done an estimate how many man hours one is? How would the numbers sit compared to some of those higher universe numbers?
Yeah.
So at the moment they can't hear us. I'll try to talk a little bit for them, Simon. They started this in March and they went to November, and I can't imagine how many hours.
Very disappointed in this world because it says on the cover, it clearly states not an imaginary tale, not a hoax, not a dream. Yeah. So I really think Golden Oldies should be canon 616, and I really think that there should be a big Twinkie world out there.
Oh, that's funny. Can you hear us yet?
Yes.
Oh, you got me. Okay. Simon wanted to know how many man hours went into this, you guys.
March,
like
1.5. And
good grief.
If it tells you anything, we thought we were done, and then we found a page of undesignated worlds, and that's one I went through, and that was about 500 worlds you had to look through and see if Spider-Man was in there and put them in, and that one took me about 5-ish hours just to do those 500.
Would you say a good 50 hours went into this from March to November?
Sure, that sounds good.
That's a guesstimate. Chi-Town says you're ungrateful about his Ethernet cable.
If it worked better.
Where is the listing of Spider-Man 77? It's in there, probably the 4th page, right?
Yeah, it's in there. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's in there somewhere. We'll get to it.
We're almost through the first page. Venkman is confirming that January 76 is when Superman Spider-Man came out. So my guess was correct. Okay, let's keep going. That is Mary Jane as Spider-Man. I remember that from Exile. She was in love with somebody. She was a lesbian, if I remember correctly, right? I don't know if you remember that one. She was kissing somebody.
Why did you touch the computer?
Jean Grey or something?
All right, I'll call them.
Their internet. This one is the role-playing games. I don't know if you remember
great
from the 80s. Those were cool. Let's see what else we've got. We've got Mark, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just kind of keep going through this document. Oh, the Maestro Hulk. Rick Jones has Spider-Man's mask on display, as drawn by George Perez, 9200. I think Future Imperfect came out in 92. Maybe that's why the number is there. This is from Spider-Man 2099. I remember that guy. I don't remember who Max Bourne was. His daughter is the Hobgoblin of the year 2211 and uses retcon bombs. Is that right? Retcon bombs?
Yes. And so when they get hit with it, they just disappear completely as they never existed. They just don't get killed. They just never existed.
That's Peter David having a little bit of fun. I like retcon bombs. That's pretty fun. Last Avengers story. Hey, guess what? They called the boy Ben. That's the original.
There is no other name for a Peter Parker son.
Even J.J. Abrams agrees with you. By the way, did that Spider-Man make this list?
I think he did.
That Ben? Okay. Here, in Earth 9576, Peter kills the burglar, goes to jail, and then became Spider-Man. Ooh, that's prison Spidey. Look at that.
Webs uses shivs.
Oh, yeah. Don't drop the soap in that universe. 9591. Is that Deadpool or is that Spider-Man?
That's Spider-Man. He got radioactive sickness or something, radiation sickness.
Oh, I see. Oh, here you go, Spider-Boy.
That is awful and this is so disappointing. That was from the Amalgam universe.
Yep, I remember that one. Spider-Boy. 97. Oh, I remember this. This is when Deadpool went back, and that was a fun issue. What was it? What's his name? Wrote that one. Doesn't say it. Joe Kelly. Joe Kelly wrote that one. It's from the first volume of Deadpool's run. That was a fun issue. Man, that came out in 97. I remember that book. Let's see what else we got.
You were down in the 9600.
9600. Let me go down to 9600. Oh, there's the end of the document. Okay. What in the world happened here? Sheep Boy. Sheep Boy. Peter is bitten by radioactive sheep and just grazes. No crime fighting, just eats grass.
I guess technically should not be in the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, the Deadpool Craven story. That's what I was thinking of. Joe Kelly, yes. Hornacek says there should be an Earth where Peter has a son and call him Larry. Yeah. Romita Sr. was the art director of that role-playing. Did you play that role-playing game back in the day, Mark, in the 80s?
I did not play that one. I played a lot of role-playing games, but I did not play the Marvel one.
Yep. Let's see what else we've got. Sheep Boys right there.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one.
Oh yeah.
Star Wars one.
Death Head. I don't remember this one. Spider-Man was a member of the Avengers and died on a mission to retrieve a time device. Huh. I don't remember that one at all.
You know, they can do where Peter has a son and names him Ben.
Yeah. Let me get rid of the comments. Spider-Boy is actually an amalgam of Ben Reilly and Connor.
Oh. Yes, you're right.
Deadpool issue is a great quantum leap story. Deadpool and Peter's body is fascinated with Harry and Norman's hair. Yes, I remember that, Hornacek. That was funny. Peter 9997 from Earth X number 0. So that's old man out of shape Peter, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes.
Yep, got it. Hey, we've hit the end of the document number 1. We've in 54 minutes, we've gone through nearly 10,000 Spider-Man. Yay!
Yeah, we're going to have to probably pick up the pace on these other documents, Brad.
Yeah, we will. All right, let me copy this link here. We will blow through these universes like Galactus at a buffet. All right, let's keep going. We've got Peter Parker Pestilence from Avengers number 2. Look at that. That's gross.
Yeah, there was a couple of different Pestilence worlds.
Mm-hmm. So Spider-Man stole Norman Osborn's web fluid in Earth 10,182 from Marvel Universe 2001. Oh, I kind of remember that one.
And I couldn't even find where that was. There was not even a placeholder for that one on Marvel Unlimited that I could find.
Didn't that come out in like 1999 and they were all like the turn of the century?
I don't remember that one at all. That was when I wasn't. If it was 1999, I was not collecting at the time.
I kind of remember that just barely. If I scroll by one that you want to talk about, let me know.
Yeah, the next big one is 1171-4. That's the Broadway musical.
1174. Let's see.
1114.
Oh, well, that's a lot. Well, here, we'll keep going. There's Spider's Man. We've got that one. There you go. Turn off the Dark Spider-Man. His power is to fall on people in the audience. Is that what that power was there? Oh, I remember Superhero Squad. I had a bunch of those little figures. I remember that one. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I Really Hate Clones. I remember that one.
That was the only time that Madam Web was somewhat stomachable.
Oh, emphasis on somewhat.
Somewhat.
Oh wow, Barbara Ketch, Danny Ketch's sister, who from Ghost Rider was Spider-Man. That's interesting. I don't remember that one. The Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon is 12041. Yep. Peter
included the good and the bad here.
Yeah,
no doubt. That's not the official Spider-Ham. We haven't gotten to the official.
No. Okay. That's a high school fan fiction type one where they all go to high school together. All the little Peter Porker ones. Mm.
You have the Marvel Avengers Alliance mobile phone game. Who knew that was its own universe? More Stark Tech. Let's see. Baby Peter. Oh my God, from Trouble. Really? You logged that one. So for those not in the know, about early 2000, Bill Jemas wrote a book called Trouble. There it is. I think it was Mark Miller. I apologize. Wasn't Aunt May Peter's mother?
I did not read that.
I think it was where it was teenage May and teenage Ben and Hornacek. You can Ryan goes, Trouble. Why?
Help me.
Yeah, the dialogue is so bad. Nice to see Trouble is considered a different universe as Simon. Help me out with the plot summary of Trouble. I swear Aunt May was carrying Peter as a baby. I swear that's what that. Then they tried to make that canon. Here, let me go back to Trouble. Trouble. There we go. Okay, so we got Lego Spider-Man is 13122. Oh gosh, Miles Morales the Mayor. That book was so bad. Miles Morales the End. Did you read that one, guys?
The large germs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
I love Miles, and that one was bad.
Here we go. Hornacek. In Trouble, May has the baby, which is Peter, and Mary raises the baby. Yes, that's right. And the covers made no sense. Yes, they're right, guys. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, the Deadpool video game?
Yeah, he talks about Spider-Man. So
he talks about Spider-Man frequently.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Del Boy wants to know if there's alternate universe for trading cards. Oh, why not?
Yes, there is. I have that covered.
Okay.
There are a lot of different alternate universes for trading cards, because some of the trading cards will have different versions of Spider-Man, and each one of those has to be considered its own alternate universe.
Wow, that's crazy. The Fleer Spider-Man. There you go. Hornacek says they never specified anyone's last name in Trouble, so it's ambiguous if it's the Parkers and the Rileys.
I did not touch the computer.
Oh, yeah. Did we lose audio again, guys?
No, it's just back now.
Okay, cool. Marvel Disc Wars. I don't remember that. Huh, that must have been a toy. Miles Morhamy's Spider-Ham. There you go, from Ultimate FF number 4. There you go. Longshot saved the Marvel Universe. What are these guys? Created by a sentient pencil. Spider-Man is drawn and brought in to help She-Hulk fight, but as the pencil doesn't know how to fight, Spider-Man didn't do much. What in the world? I don't remember. I don't remember reading this
pencil one.
Oh yeah.
What in the world? Oh, if I click here, you can see the cover. Kind of. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Yeah. There you go. You can see the cover. Okay, that's cool. The pencil. So the pencil universe. This should have been. What are you using? What do they call those pencils? Number 2? No, that would have been Universe 2. Never mind. My joke died. Penny Parker as this is probably not the one I've seen in Into the Spider-Verse. This is a different one, right?
No, it's yeah, that's a different one.
That would be
for the slot Spider-Verse.
Yeah, so that there's the cover for that. Got it. Let's see. All of Spider-Man's villains teamed up and threw snowballs at Spider-Man until Uncle Ben helped him get out. That was in Spider-Man 700.2. I remember that one.
And finding anything that's not an actual just plain number on Marvel Unlimited is a pain.
Yes. Oh, one of my personal favorites, the Mego Spider-Man. Who knew he was from his own universe? Who knew an action figure? Because if cards have their own universe, toys must too. Yeah. So yeah, look, you linked to the YouTube clips of the commercials from the Mego. Did you guys ever collect Toy Fair magazine? It was put up by Wizard.
No.
They used to do little skits with the Lego or Mego Spider-Man. I always thought that was cute.
I want to answer a question from Simon James real quick.
Okay, let me see. Oh, here it is. A question from someone with OCD fascinated by all this. Why would a trading card be considered its own universe rather than a presentation of 616? Go ahead.
So sometimes the trading cards will have a version of Peter Parker, like your normal 616 Peter Parker. And then they'll have another version of Peter Parker and another version and another version. So you end up with like 15 different versions of Peter Parker in the same trading card game.
Yeah.
And you can't have 15 Peter Parkers unless we're calling them all clones. So they have to be their own different universes.
Oh, yeah. Yes, Vinkman. Twisted Toy Fair Theater. That's where the Mego Spider-Men were. I remember that one. Disc Wars is a manga cartoon, isn't it? I don't know, boy. I didn't watch it. Hornacek says, I think Grant and Mark made some of these up. No, they didn't do that. Let's see. What else we've got? Let's keep going. Return to Spider-Verse. What? Oh, this is from the Spider-Man
is the animated Twisted Toy Fair Theater. Is that, or was that something that people put together a video clip of or something?
No, here I can. Here, let me.
No, I'll look it up. I'll look it up and make sure it gets added into there.
It was in a magazine, and let's see. Let me see if I can find some images.
Don't worry about it right now. I'll look it up and then we'll add it into the universes where it belongs and give
Here's the old Toy Fair magazine. See, Mego Spider-Man was all over it. The articles used to look like that. They used to do like little pose the toys around and check out Goblin. But anyway,
we're gonna add that in, okay?
Like Doom and Spider-Man won something on Jeopardy. There's Alex Trebek. So anyway, there you go. We're updating the document in real time. Okay, let me keep going.
No, I'm not touching this computer right now.
Oh yeah, don't touch the computer. You'll lose your audio. So let me keep going back. Mego Spider-Man. Okay, I'm close. So let's keep going down here. There, Ashley Barton Spider Bitch. That's who we were talking about.
Fred, my son is listening to this.
Yeah, right. I'm sure he's easily offended. She is the granddaughter of Spider-Man. Am I correct? And who's her parents? Hawkeye and somebody else? I forget. I forget too. Peter Parker, Annie Parker. That one we've seen. She was introduced in Spider-Verse #2, and that was a Renew Your Vows book. I remember that. Del Boy wants to know, are the Mexican stories considered multiverse? I believe 40 plus issues were not reprints. That's the one where Gwen didn't die, if I remember correctly, Del Boy.
I don't think I included those. They will be added in.
Okay. Twisted Toy Fair Theater was Robot Chicken before Robot Chicken. That's very true, Vinkman. I remember that. I remember that very well. Let's see. Let's keep going.
Del Boy 3K1, when I add it in, I'll give you credit for it. But if you want a different name other than Del Boy 3K1, then just put it in the chat.
Cool. This Miles Morales is different than the original, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because he wasn't introduced in all new. A Spider Cop. That was from the PS4 video game, but his first comic appearance was Spider-Geddon #5. Ah, there you go. So let's see what else we've got. Sea Spider. That's funky.
Okay, now there are several in here, and I think Sea Spider is the first one of these. When Into the Spider-Verse movie came out, Sony had a contest: create your own Spider character.
Yeah,
and then the winners got featured in a comic book. So in this most recent Spider-Verse, the was it Volume 3? Yeah, Volume 3. In the most recent Spider-Verse take, all these different Spider characters come in to play for. They'll have like maybe 1 or 2 panels, but they were all created by fans who were entering a contest.
Right.
And I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, if I created one and it got into a comic book, man,
or better yet, a Google Doc. Yeah.
A comic book and a Google Doc. Yeah.
This is a pirate Spider-Man. He doesn't need to breathe, so he can stay underwater. He helped Miles find Spiderling when she was lost in the web of life. Okay. Let's see what else we've got. April Parker Mayhem. I remember that. She was first introduced in Spider-Man The End, which was, I think, the last issue of Mayday's book, I think. May Parker sacrifices in the world. April Parker survives and tries to replace May as Spider.
I think this is not because the April Parker does appear in the standard MC2 universe, but this is an alternate version of that.
So that's not the one I'm thinking of. Okay.
Right.
Squirrel Girl. She got bonded. Oh, of course she got bonded with the symbiote. Everybody does. Oh gosh, look at that guy. J.T. Thomas Spider-Man. He's monstrous, has claws and his own webbing. There you go. Sun Spider. What's Sun Spider?
That's another one of those fan created ones.
Bound to a wheelchair when acting as Sun Spider, uses crutches that shoot webs. She is super flexible, originally created by a fan. Yeah, very cool. That would be so neat if you created your own Spider person. The Activision Spider-Man from the video games, from that 2000 video game. I remember that.
I had that on the GameCube.
Yeah, I had it on the PC, my Windows 95. No, Windows 98 computer. I remember that. Let's see what else we've got. Who is this?
It's a scroll trying to figure out how to act like Spider-Man.
From What If, Secret Invasion 1. Another $4 book, didn't buy. Spider-Verse team up. Green Goblin killed Gwen Stacy. Spider-Man murdered the Green Goblin. Peter puts away his Spider-Man identity and becomes the Green Goblin. That's different. Spider-Man becomes a goblin. Yeah, interesting. Let's see. What else we got? Who is it? I've never seen this one. Spider-Verse 1, Volume 2. Peter Parker never catches Norman Osborn for the death of Gwen, loses his powers and retires, but later spends much of their time in virtual reality. Margot fits cybercrime as spider bite. All right. Excuse me. Let's see. Keep going. That's an interesting suit. Venice Dowdy, the White Widow. She helped Miles find Spiderling when she was lost. Again, there was, you probably would spend hours just on those books because there were so many introduced in those. These Spider-Verse minis and that miniseries. Spider Baby from What If 34 Volume 2. MJ and Spider-Man have that? No, I don't remember that at all.
I remember that. I mean, he's crawling all over the walls and everything. You can't, it's just, the baby's absolutely crazy. Just goes everywhere and stuff.
Did they not call it May?
It's just called Spider Baby.
Spider Baby.
Oh, here you go. There's
Spider Ant. Wow.
Yeah, she has two times where she turns into Ant-Man. And this one's Ant, and the other one she's just called Ant-Man.
Del Boy says, I'm fine with what you wish to go with, guys. Great work. Happy New Year's in a few days. Are the UK Panny Spider-Man comics came a different universe aimed at children but not USA publications?
I have never heard of those, so I will look into those as well.
Okay. Fights cybercrime. Shouldn't that be fights cybercrime? I don't know. When Mr. Slot said every Spider-Man will be in Spider-Verse, what percentage do you think we actually ended up with? 50%?
No.
How many do you think?
No,
we're close.
Nowhere close to that.
Like 5%? 1%?
Yeah, I mean, most of the ones he did, he just created. So he added to the universes. He did get, I don't know, maybe probably less than 10% of the ones that are out there. But in his defense, most of the ones that are out there are just Peter Parker being Peter Parker, like in 616, but while other things are happening in that universe.
Yeah. Panini is a UK publisher, says Vinkman. Speaking of UK, Spider-Boy is from the UK. So what's up, Spider-Boy? All right. Aunt May.
A lot of people staying up late for this.
I know. Aunt May was Aunt May. Aunt May has Ant-Man's powers. That's hysterical. Peter Parker, Secretary Parker? Peter's Secretary of Tech. So he's in the cabinet.
Yeah.
An Extreme X-Men #6, Volume 2. Oof. Ah, the golden oldie. The golden Iron Man.
Yeah, that's one where she becomes Iron Man.
Aunt May has Iron Man's armor. This
that
is one
predates the Marvel team up one where she and Franklin Richards get there.
Oh, Hobie Brown is Spider-Man. Oh, I like that mask. Look at that mask and those eyes. That looks cool. Captain Britain and the Mighty Defenders. I don't remember that book at all. At all. Ooh, that's a good looking cover. Ah, one of my personal favorites, the Spec Spider-Man cartoon. Very nice.
Other than maybe Amazing Friends, the best Spider-Man cartoon.
Yeah.
You can click the link and go watch it, but don't do it right now because,
it'll crash everyone's computer. Yeah. What is this? What is he pouring coffee? What is that in his hand? Parker Peterman, Spider-Man, sporting extra arms. Parker Peterman went publicly with his spider identity with much success. Parker Peterman. There you go. What else we got? House of M, the Green Goblin's glider has safety features so he can't impale anyone. Oh, look, there's inflatable airbags at the end of the glider.
Well, I like the 29007 where all the heroes go off the battle world and the villains go off the battle world and they never come back. And the Earth is just nice and peaceful. They're like, oh, the crazies are gone.
There's a what if where there's generations on that Secret Wars planet. I forget what Earth that is, but I remember that what if. Okay, we've reached the end of document number 2. We've got 2 more left. So let's keep going. Let me
document 3 is the best one.
Oh, it is. Oh, look at that.
Document
3. Why is document 3 the best one?
Because it has the hostess and the electric company work on there. And it starts with Webster.
With Webster? Like
Webster, the Howard the Duck version of Spider-Man.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Real quick, we got Simon says he was introduced to Spider-Man via Panini Original Comics 2. Very similar in tone to the Marvel Age Spider books. It's now 3 a.m. in the UK and I'm going to bed. Matt says, do you have any listing of the prose novels at all in this listing? I remember those prose novels. Those are great.
Yeah. Now, the only thing I could find for the novels, except for a few separate ones like the Trouble and things like that, the only thing I could find for the novels was that they were 616, but that doesn't really seem to ring true to me. So I stuck them on the undesignated, no official designation ones.
That would be document 4, which we're about to get to. Hornacek says, halfway through the episode. Yeah, I'm picking up the pace. I'm going a little bit faster, Hornacek. Okay, so let's see. We've got, that's from the animated series. I remember that one. That was the Armored Spire. Howard the Duck, Webster, from S.H.I.E.L.D. number 10, volume 3. Howard the Duck as Spider-Man. He was in the second Secret Roar. Oof. Oof. I have
there's some novels right there, Mary Jane novels that.
There you go. I have had these on my shelf for years. I've never read them. I hear they're good, but great looking art inside of them too. They're prose, but they also have like chapters of art and stuff like that. I remember this one. That's even a suit in the PS4 Spider-Man game. The Aaron Aikman Spider-Man, as seen in Edge of Spider-Man 3. Peter Parkeroff, Comrade Arachnid. He was only a year in review, huh? That must have been when the
For
wall
all of our
fell.
communist fans.
We have a comment from Russia. Never said that on the show. We talked about this one, Patrick O'Hara, where he was in the Old West with his horse, the Widow Spider Horse. That's Earth 31913. Let's see what else we got coming up here. Maximum Carnage video game reality. It's Earth 33734. Wow.
Now that one right there, 33900. That's one that was only given out to the military. It was the I could not find anybody anywhere who put up like a summary of it up. I couldn't find it online anywhere or anything. So if there's anybody that listens to this podcast who has a copy of that, I'd like to have a screenshot or something, at least a cover.
And Marvel Fandom came up with that number, right?
No. Well, okay. Again, like my understanding of Marvel Fandom's numbering is that they found it somewhere because they have their own temporary numbers. They don't have it. They haven't found it officially.
Okay. What's up with this X-Men Unlimited 41? Peter's father killed his mother, then committed suicide. Peter's then raised by an abusive Uncle Ben. The Spider God convinces Peter to get revenge on his uncle and aunt and killed him. And then the X-Men kill the Spider God and leave young Peter, even though they know he was bitten by the Spider God and possibly developing power. What in the world? I've never heard of that.
And that's why I don't read mutant books.
Ooh, that's awful. That sounds awful. Let's see. Luke, Earth 36121. Luke Cage had a surprise party, and Spider-Man was there with other heroes. That was seen in Cage number 4. It was just some dude dressed as Spider-Man at a party. Wow. Who is this guy? V in Spider-Verse number 6, volume 3. V was originally created by a fan as part of the contest, like we were talking about. V is a robot from the year 2177 and connects to the internet to catch cyber criminals. There you go. V for Spider Vengeance. Let's see what else we got. How do you say this one?
Vigman, I do have the BBC Spider-Man radio drama on there, and we put a link to where you can listen to the BBC Spider-Man radio drama.
There you go, Vigman. You ask and we shall receive. 34821 is truly the darkest timeline, the X-Men book we were just talking about. Did I miss Megamorph Spider-Man? Says AJR Angel. I think that's
that would have been the undesignated.
Okay, so that's the 4th document coming up.
I believe so. If it's not on the document right now, it's in the list that I have to put on the document.
Okay. Spider-Man India, Pavitri Parkar. I'm just butchering it. I remember that one. Oh man, the PS2 Marvel Nemesis game. I remember that one. Earth 5701. Patton Parnell Spider-Man, Edge of the Spider-Verse #4.
That was a pretty dark one. That's where he just keeps eating. Like I think he eats Mary Jane and stuff in there.
Dark. Spider Planet. What is Spider Planet?
That's the TV show. Did I not put anything else there for it?
He had the link to the
yeah. I have a link to the show. I didn't put anything there on it. I thought I had. I wonder if I erased it.
Here's your personal favorite, Mark. The host is Spider-Man. Yeah. Spider-Man in the Trap.
I think that was the absolute best Spider Friday Night Fights, don't you?
It definitely was.
It was either that one or the Electric Company one. George did that one very well. Oh wait, no, he didn't do. He just left me to do it. Okay.
Thanks, George.
51914 is the 70s Spider-Man hostess Twinkie ad universe, where Spider-Man fights crimes with baked goods. I mean, come on. I'd stop robbing a bank if you threw a Twinkie at me, wouldn't you? Let's see. Oh, my man. The Electric Company Spider-Man, Earth 57780. Where Spider-Man did not.
That's also the Spidey super stories is in that same universe.
There you go, and you covered that. You've got a link to the segment from the Electric Company. You also did a Cobwebs article on it. Cobwebs 47. Mark, you grew up like I did with watching the Electric Company, didn't you? With those word balloons coming out of Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, those were great.
Love those. Noxo the Clown fights crime with a spider suit and spider powers.
Noxo the Clown has about 1 million different universes devoted to him doing something as a different hero.
House of M Spider-Man, Earth 58163. I think he was married to Gwen Stacy, right? And he has a kid. Yes. Let me guess, either Ben or May. Oh, Spider-Man and Friends, where he has a sister named Spider-Girl, Mayday Parker. Yep. It wasn't his daughter, it was his sister, I think.
Yeah.
That was in the early 2000s. They were just...
No, it's his cousin. It's his cousin.
Oh, it's his cousin, May. Yes, May Parker. Yes, I remember that one. Jessica Justice Spider-Girl. What is this about?
She's a comic created by, was it Jimmy Yama, the friend of Mayday? And so they had that was what they thought that where Spider-Girl came from. And they had this whole idea that she came from a spider planet where she was some princess and her father was a Spider King and kinds of dumb stuff.
You got to put the appearance there. We missed it. I forget what it was. Spider-Girl something.
Okay.
But let's see.
61211.
61211. Yep. Let's see. Obnoxo was a mascot for Crazy Magazine, says Hornacek. Yep.
Yep. I remember that. Finding Crazy, because there's some
it's like a Mad Magazine,
Crazy Magazine, and finding those is
near impossible. Earth 61610. Grant, you'd like that one, right? Where Ultimate End. That's where the Ultimate Universe ended, allegedly, but not really. Just kidding. Where the Secret Wars were combining the planets. I remember that. Yeah,
it was a dumb storyline.
Yeah. Oh, Bagman has his own book, our own universe.
Bagman has his own book. Yep.
What if 64? I'll be.
I think there's two. I think there's actually 2 universes that has Bagman in it.
Oh, so that's the Spider-Man of that universe, which is Bagman. Sir Peter Parker, Prince of Arachne, from Spider-Man Fairy Tales #4.
Those fairy tales are weird.
Yeah, I read a few of them. They were weird. Spider-Man has no power. Osborn's servant Peter Parker pretends to be a knight and prince in order to win the hand of the fair Gwendolyn. Cinderella Spider-Man style. He died because the inheritors, he has no real powers. Yeah, no doubt. I like that. I like the snark on that. That's good. Let's see. Petunia Parker, the Garden Spider.
That's another one of those fan-created ones.
Petunia is the size of a bug, but has a regular spider power. She helped Miles find Spiderling when she was lost in the web of life. Spider-Verse. Well, I've seen this cover a lot. Again, lots of Spider people were in Spider-Verse 2019 #6, where they introduced a lot of them. The Spider-Man newspaper stripped. 77013. Again, that book was introduced. I mean, that comic strip was introduced in 1977. So I guess that's why they called it 77. One of my favorites. Wait a minute. 76170. Spider-Man is a herald of a Galactus who is a food blogger?
Yes.
What? Secret Wars 2 TOO must have been a comedy book or something.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Spider-Man on the web reviewing food. There you go. That's hysterical. Flash Thompson, Captain Spider. We got him right there. Oh, Betty Brant as Spider-Man from the first volume.
Absolute worst costume.
Oh, that costume is atrocious. Kelly, who's on our show, said she's going to try to cosplay as that. So I think that would be absolutely awesome. Even in 77, they must have been. That looks atrocious. Her origin. Betty Brant is at the same science experiment and gains spider power. She dons an ugly costume and fights crime with the help of her boyfriend, Peter Parker. However, when she fails to stop a burglar who then goes on to kill... Poor Uncle Ben died in this universe too. She quits. Peter had saved the spider. He used it to give himself powers and continued as Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's the ending to all three of those in that What If.
Yeah. She grew a backbone and became a hero again and joined the fight against the Inheritors. Oh, okay, there you go. John Jameson III. So that's JJ. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that's the astronaut. The astronaut. Yep. Okay, so that's Jameson's kid. Got it.
He really had the name Spider Jameson. That was his superhero name.
Spider Jameson, nice. Not much of a secret identity when you call yourself Spider Gwen, Spider Jameson. You know. Earth 80219 from What If 19 Volume 1. That's again, I think he went on to the entertainment business, right? If I remember correctly.
And this has got one of the best lines of all comic book history.
Oh, what is it?
Because Daredevil comes in and he's wearing the old yellow suit.
Mm-hmm.
And Spider-Man says, "Good gosh, Daredevil, what are you, colorblind?" And then Daredevil just has a thought balloon and says, "No, I'm all blind, but I'm not telling you that, Spider-Man."
Matt is wanting to know if you guys are going to include the coloring books at some point. Come on, guys. Don't be so lazy. Get those coloring books in there, all right?
I don't even know how we can find the coloring books.
Oh, wow. Wait a sec. Ew.
Yeah.
Hornacek says he would trust Galactus's food reviews. So there you go.
I would also trust Galactus's food reviews.
Earth, a little bit salty. Craig says Panini UK Spider-Man photo in the Facebook comment section, guys. So there you go. All right, let's keep rolling. What do we got? What If 30 Volume 1? Oh, that's the What If the clone didn't die. Spider-Man clone didn't die, and after clone tried to lock the real Spider-Man in suspended animation, they decided to live in harmony and split their time as Spider-Man so each can have a personal life. I remember that. That's Earth 81141.
Which would be very awkward once they start dating the same person and trying to flip-flop there.
It's like the Olsen twins or something like that. Yeah.
Look at 81545. 81545 is supposedly the reality that was merged into 616 to erase the marriage. But I cannot find where that number was given. So I've been trying to track down. I sent requests to Marvel Fandom to figure out where they found that. I can't find an internet listing for who said that's what happened, because even though we see it in that comic book, it's never given a number, and we're never told it was another reality merged in. Right. So
81545, obviously going off the issue number, creating that. So that universe was going along parallel the same way.
And Spider-Man did not get married.
Spider-Man did not get married. So in 1987, it ventured off into single.
My theory is that Harry Lyman is the 81545 Harry that's why he's still alive, and that Kindred is the 616 Harry, who's all pissed off because he's in hell.
There you go. Let's see if that rings true. We will find that hopefully within the next 10 years. Peter Opossum, never heard of this one. Howard the Human, instead of Howard the Duck, where Howard the Duck is really Howard the Human. Peter is an opossum. Unknown if he is powered. Don't want to be powered, Peter Opossum, which is hard to say.
All right, so 8-5, or was it 8? Was it 8? The Amazing Spider-Man, the Spider Person, the crazy number 86.
Yeah,
that took forever to track down something about that. Oh my
really?
God! Yes, all those crazy ones were just a pain in the butt.
I never read Crazy Magazine, but 82805 Spider-Man marries Spider-Woman in What If 34 Volume 1 as drawn by Fred Hembeck, it looks like.
Yeah, and there's another one, because I look on here, she says, I was going to marry Black Widow until I heard what her plans were for the honeymoon. So when we scroll down, we'll see one where he marries Black Widow. And
here. Oh, yeah, right there.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Kills her prey. Obviously kills her prey. Oh, my gosh. Is this from Top Dog? I remember Top Dog from Star Comics. Oh, John Romita penciled that, if I remember correctly. Top Dog was an original creation for Star Comics back in the 80s when Marvel had a kids line. They introduced Muppet Babies. They had Royal Roy. They had the Ewoks and the Droids comics. I remember those really well. Let's see. What else we got? Fred Hembeck destroys the Marvel Universe. We were just talking about that. We have hit the end of document 4. Final stretch. Here we go. This is the one, Grant, you said there's a lot of stuff in here that's just untitled, right?
Yeah, so at the very bottom, there will be all the undesignated worlds so far. Yeah. Those are the ones that I found another list of them, so I'm still going through those to add them. But there's any one that they can't find a number for goes in the undesignated.
Okay. All right, let's start from the top. Let's see. Oh, there's Spider-Man Noir, first appearance. Spider-Man Noir #1, which is a great comic. 90214 is Spider-Man Noir. Now, the one that is Nick Cage from Spider-Verse is a different Noir, right? I imagine.
Yes, that's a different Noir.
Yeah. Let's see.
I think actually the big difference between comic book Noir and Into the Spider-Verse Noir is in the comic book, the Vulture ate Uncle Ben.
Oh, okay.
And then in the Into the Spider-Verse, I think his Uncle Ben is still alive, they said.
Hey, Brad, pull up Parker. Yeah, that one. Yeah. They weren't Choose Your Own Adventure because that's their own brand thing, but there was one that was a TSR produced one, and you keep your stats as you read the book and jump from here to there, and so sometimes you're making a choice, and sometimes it depends upon what die you roll and such. Okay. There is a Cobwebs article on that book, and I'm quite proud of that one because the whole Cobwebs article is written in a Choose Your Own Adventure style.
Oh, I remember that one. Parker Horn 6 says, Parker Luck, what's that? Matt Bird, to give up the marriage, turn to page 34. To tell Mephisto to suck it, turn to page 76. All right, we got George Stacy the Spider in the Vault of the Spiders. George Stacy has spider powers, operates as a vigilante. He joined in the fight against the Inheritors. I kind of remember that. Is this the one where he didn't give up the Captain Universe powers in What If 31?
Yes.
Got it. That was cool. What in the world? Is he vomiting the Sandman?
No. This one was awesome. So the Marvel zombies appear in this universe, the 91126.
Okay.
And zombie Spider-Man finds the Sinister Six, and they're not thinking that this is who they're dealing with, and they just get decimated. Sandman escapes, and he is completely freaked out by seeing Spider-Man eating all the. Right. So he later runs into the Spider-Man of 91126, and he thinks he's the same one, so he immediately goes onto the attack and pours himself in sand into him, and then bursts out of his stomach to kill him because he's just so.
You can see the rib cage right here of Spider-Man. Ooh. We have a question from Hornacek. Is the Quest Probe Spider-Man here? That's a video game from the 80s.
Quest Probe. All right, I'll look at that one.
That one, I interviewed the designer Scott Adams. It was like a choose. It was a video game for old Commodore 64s, old IBMs, where you could go different. You had to type in the exact combination to progress. Like Spider-Man is trapped in a building. Where do you go? Go north. And then you would.
Fine. We'll get in there if it's not the undesignated one.
That's the weirdest death I've ever seen. There you go. Okay, let's keep going.
Look at that picture right there with the red suit with the blue underwear.
Yeah, here.
That was Jack Kirby's original design for the Spider. So,
oh my gosh, that's ugly.
Yeah,
it looks like Flash.
So I don't do the Web Warriors, but that was whoever wrote that one. That's a good nod there to that. I like that.
Ditko original version of Spider-Man with white gloves, white boots, jean shorts, and a red.
And hey, the jean shorts really completes the look.
The jorts, man, the jorts. Hornacek, yes, there was a Quest Probe miniseries comic book associated with that video game, so that would be the same universe. Yep.
All right. We'll look for it.
Will says, tried to watch on YouTube app on my Roku and it wouldn't load. It said 17 were watching, but I couldn't view it. Not the problem with the other video live feed on YouTube. Will, I'm sorry. You can watch it on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook. And also you can watch it after the fact when we're done. Let's see. Let's keep going. Any ones you want to stop?
Let's see. Which is the ones here? 92157 is a pretty good one. Oh, there's the one where that's the one if where Morbius gets eaten by a shark.
Yeah, I remember that came up when Kevin Cushing was on the show. We talked about that. I'd forgotten about that one, but that's hysterical.
That's the best timeline.
Mary Jane Watson, Spider-Woman, an Incredible Hercules 124. The Amazons conquered Earth. Women rule. Mary Jane Watson fights as Spider-Woman with the Avengers, wearing Mayday Parker's costume or Ben's costume. Oh, so you don't count the 90s Spider-Man when he met the X-Men as its same universe. It was different animation, wasn't it? I guess it was a different universe. Okay. That's interesting. Oh, wait a minute. No. You count them both. I'm sorry. 92131. You count that as the home of the Spider-Man animated cartoon from the 90s. And you count the X-Men series as well. So you do count.
They exist in the same universe.
That's right.
Officially.
This is the universe where Dan Slott got his first introduction to Spider-Man. Ren and Stimpy, number 6. Yep. Earth 92157. I think that was the first time Dan Slott ever wrote Spider-Man and Ren and Stimpy for that matter. I don't know. Who is the Spinster?
That's another one of those fan-created ones.
The Spider-Ham. My man. One night while working in a lab and experimenting with spider venom, Pegel is startled when Dr. Doom breaks in and accidentally knocks him into the vat of venom, giving him spider powers. As seen in What the number 26. That's a good one. Oh, we got May Porker, Swiney Girl. Spider-Ham and Mary Crane. She has spider powers, fights crime as Swiney Girl, as introduced in Spider-Man Family number 4. Wow. Let's see.
That one where he's got the red and green. He's got the powers of Spider-Man and Cyclops.
As seen in I remember Spider-Man magazine. I remember that. That's interesting. Peter Parker Spider Monkey. From Marvel Apes, Amazing Spider-Man Monkey, Amazing Spider Monkey Special number 1, because it needs its own. One of the Ape Vengers, oh my God. The monkey form of Peter Parker caught and killed his uncle's murderer. The Gibbon comes to this Earth, but is repulsed by Spider-Man's lack of mercy. This has an effect on Spider-Monkey's life as he rethinks his stand. So the Gibbon's like, dude, tone it down. Is that what it's pretty much?
Just like killing people left and right,
Can you Wow. I didn't read that.
He's just throwing, his spider feces.
Spider poop, poops, whatever a spider would poop. All right. What if 104 Popupian? Oh, is this the Impossible Man?
Yes.
Impossible gets the Infinity Gauntlet. He uses it to create and restore people on Earth, called Popians. Spider-Man is one of those Popians. Oh, wow. You got the BBC radio play.
There's the BBC radio drama.
Who famous voiced that? Somebody, I can't remember. I almost want to say Bill Murray, but that was the Fantastic Four. Anyway, I can't remember. Hornacek says, "Well, I'll be a Spider Monkey's uncle." Bankman says, "It's hard for me to go back to read those Stimpy because of what we know about John Kay. I don't know. Monkey Universe was super brutal."
Well, I mean, like the Gibbon is even saying it's brutal.
Yeah.
And we know how much of a serious villain the Gibbon is.
It's almost like, what if Spider-Man met the Planet of the Apes? It's brutal. You damn dirty Marvel apes. Let's see. We've got... That's an interesting costume. There's no mask. This is the Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi universe. 96283. I don't know how they got that number, but that would be those 3 Spider-Man movies from Tobey Maguire, possibly a 4th. Let's see. Is this Miss Lion? Oh, it's a Miss Lion outside of the Amazing Friends universe.
Yes.
In Lockjaw and the Pet Avengers.
That's the one where you find out that Miss Lion was really a boy.
No!
Yeah, he was really upset about being named Miss Lion. I tried reading that comic, and it was also very bad.
There's a Frog Thor in that universe.
There is Frog Thor.
He picked up a little splinter of Mjolnir that fell off, and all of a sudden he was worthy and became Frog Thor. But there's a whole nother universe where there's Frog Thor, and he's Mary Jane and Peter Parker in high school together, and they're supposed to dissect the frog, and he's like, "No, wait, I'm a superhero."
Just to reiterate, this is not my cartoon universe where Ms. Lion is a boy. In my universe, Ms. Lion is a girl. Oh, man. What is this one from 439? The Earth is 1,000 years into the future. One of Spider-Man's web shooters was found by an archaeologist. The archaeologist looked at all the superheroes that were inspired by Peter Parker. Oh, okay. I kind of remember that one. Here's another fan creation, Polyminia Swan, the Spider Requiem. Has all the powers of Spider-Man, plus she has puppets that she can control, like on the webs, like Pinocchio. I'm a real boy. Spider-Man Chapter 1 by John Byrne. World 98121. Failed attempt by Marvel to update the origin. Yeah, I did not.
I don't think I did.
It came out a couple months before Ultimate Spider-Man.
Big Al got mad at me when I did that listing of reading the Spider-Man in chronological order, and I put a little subsection for the chapter 1. He got mad at me for including that.
Oh, here you go. This is the prose novels from the 90s that someone was talking about earlier. Earth 98702. That was a team-up prose book where the X-Men and Spider-Man teamed up. I kind of consider those prose books one universe, is what I kind of always considered.
Well, that one has its own special designation. So
it does.
I guess maybe it does some things that the other novels can't handle or something. I don't know.
Arachnosaur from Excalibur 51. In Earth of Dinosaurs, Arachnosaur is a velociraptor with spider powers akin to Spidey. He's a member of the Fantastic Four, and he was brainwashed into fighting Excalibur and later joined and died fighting the Inheritors. So he made it to Spider-Verse. He made 2 appearances.
I don't remember seeing him in the Spider-Verse when I first read it.
Said he's dead. Marvel Superhero Squad Online. That looks like another Spider-Man noir.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Transformers Spider-Man.
For Neil, since he likes to talk about Transformers on the Spider-Man podcast.
There you go. I think it was Transformers 3 though, not UK. Well, the Transformers UK Earth. Okay, I get it. 120,703 is the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man universe. With Andrew Garfield and Sally Field and Burt Reynolds. No, that's the Smokey and the Bandit universe. So there you go.
Right.
Oh, is this Cinematic Universe right here? Earth 19999.
Yes.
So this is the Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Right here. First appearance, Captain America Civil War.
Tom Holland Spider-Man.
I wonder where they got the 1999999 from. Interesting.
Don't know.
Oh, look at all these what? Look at all these. All the Avengers have a beard, including Spider-Man, whose beard grows outside the mask somehow. Oh, these are just funny comics. Marvel Adventures Fantastic Four 25. Spider-Man's leading the Fantastic Four in this universe.
Those Marvel Adventures were pretty good. Their real universe is 200 or 20015, but those were really good. Grant was little, and that's how he got his start reading the comics there.
Got him through the mail.
Yeah, we got him in the mail. He dated some girl named Kat.
Take a drink.
Oh,
yeah.
That was awful.
Heroing, thanks for joining us. It's crazy to see how many Spider-Mans are. It's taken us 2 hours to get to infinity. We're almost there. Aurora Monroe Spider-Man from Marvel. Now what? Well, that's an appropriate title. Storm of the Avengers has spider powers. Otto Octavius is also Spider-Man here on Earth. So there was this Peter Parker as Spider-Man. Oh, there you go. The Spider-Man, the old Spider-Man from ASM 500. He's got like the coat, the big jacket. Oh my God, you have the Ben Cooper Spider-Man. I've got that over my shoulder. He's right over there. See him?
Yep.
The Ben Cooper. I've got one right over my shoulder. The Ben Cooper Spider-Man Halloween costumes have their own universe. They are universe 3137110. That's hysterical. Let's see. Oh, yep. I remember this one. The Spider-Woman 1970s cartoon. Spider-Man made an appearance in that one. You can watch this on Disney Plus. I remember that. It was weird too, that Spider-Man. I think it was just one appearance, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong.
I think he's in that first one. I can't remember if he's in the second one or not.
Yellow eyes, you said, instead of white. Personal favorite, the Nicholas Hammond CBS live action Spider-Man Earth 730911. There you go. Oh, one of my not favorite, Spider-Man Unlimited. That's the 90s cartoon. I remember that one.
If you feel bad about something you've done, you feel you need to atone, I put a link where you can watch it.
No, I don't feel that bad. Home of Spider-Man, the new animated series. I think that's the MTV show, right?
Yes.
That's Earth 760207. You put a link on to YouTube right there. Yep. What'd you think of that? I wasn't that big a fan of that one.
I wasn't a big fan of it. It was mostly a chance to play around with computer animation, I think.
I think Bendis. Oh, do you have Spidey Super Stories? No, that's the Electric Company one. But I thought that's what you were talking about right here. Mm-hmm. Oh, the Spider-Man versus Kingpin Sega game.
Marvel fandom listed like every possible outcome in that game as a separate universe, which I thought was odd.
Spider-Boy loves the MTV show. I love Amazing Friends. We all have our Spider-Man that we love. And Vinkman, Spider-Man Unlimited, the cartoon that broke Brad and George. God, that was such a bad show. Oof. Let's see what else we got. I remember this one. What if 20? He didn't marry. The cover is where they're broken up. He marries Felicia and Mary Jane. I remember that one. Iron Man Armored Adventures cartoon. Oh wow. Who in the world? Oh yeah, Spider Monster from Spider-Verse #1 from 2019. I remember him. Monster Hatton, all creatures on Earth are monsters. Who is Lord Spider? I don't remember that one.
Mad Max type.
Max Spider-Man. From Spider-Verse #1. What is this one? Marvel Team Up UK #2. Oh, it's a Spider-Man sleeps in his uniform, so it's possible he only exists as Spider-Man in this world. Wow.
All right, and then the rest of the ones that are undesignated. Grant's going to take most of these, but I want to take that first one. Andrew Bates left a message on the Crawlspace article. He's the voice of Spiro Spider-Man.
Right.
So we have that in there, the commercial for it, and then a link to Amazon where you can buy it and stuff.
Spiro Spider-Man is kind of like an Alexa that you talk to. It's like a little toy, and he talks back to you, and his eyes are animated.
And he said there's a whole background they created for it, and they were going to supposedly keep updating it with more things, but I guess it just that one kind of fell along the wayside.
Kick, I guess it didn't. I thought it was a bit expensive personally. I didn't buy it because it was like a 200. I think it was like $100 or something.
Yeah, you can buy it for 200 now. How
does that work?
I don't know, but I'm sure it's available somewhere else. That's on Amazon where it's for 200.
Okay, Grant, take me through these. This is a bunch of Aunt May various realities right here.
Yeah. So write down. That's all the ones where you have all these different Spider Girls, Spider Women, tried to or were Spider-Man.
They're all Aunt May, right?
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
There's the Atari 2600 Spider-Man game.
And you can play it online.
Oh, you can. I didn't know that. Oh, retro games, huh? That's cool. I interviewed the designer of that, Laura. You can look at the archives of our YouTube channel where I interviewed her. She had a high-speed internet connection in the 80s to send the data over to Activision back in the day. Thought that was cool. A version of the Hostess universe, huh?
That's the one where that Dan Slott wrote.
Yep. That Spider-Man was killed by Moreland. He didn't kill the real Hostess universe. This is the Dan Slott killed one version. Let's see. A Turkish Spider-Man?
Yeah, eventually that's going to make its way into the cobwebs. I've been slowly going through that movie.
Well, you found that over a year ago.
Dude, I am. I don't think I can.
He kills a person with the boat propeller.
Yeah.
Oh, that classic trope. We've got Fat Spider-Man from the DC universe who had trouble saving his Aunt May being too obese for web swinging. Oh, help me. Aunt May's in trouble, but I can't save her because I'm too fat. Poor Spidey. What else we got here?
We have a world where Peter, Miles, and Gwen all went to high school together, and they were, high school buddies.
Oh, yeah. That's the IDW Spider-Man book, that Marvel Action Spider-Man. I think that still comes out. I haven't read that one.
I tried to read it on Marvel Unlimited. I just
not very good. Not very good. Bug. What's this one?
That's DC's version of Spider-Man. Wow. So they have Earth 6 for DC is all Marvel heroes, but they're not. Yeah, obviously they can't really use them. Yeah,
right. I got you.
The right above the bug is the 2000 plug and play Spider-Man game.
I remember
which
that
I had and was one of. I mean, as good as a plug and play game could be.
I think it was a joystick. Let me open this. Open link.
Yeah, it was a joystick.
It looked like Spider-Man's face, I think.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. I had this too, come to think of it. There were multiple games that you could play on it. It was all, yeah, I totally remember that. Here, let's go back to Bug, I think was the last one, because we're almost at the end of this.
Yeah, we're almost at the end now. We're getting...
If I can scroll the dock, it's so huge. Keep going. When I see Bug, I'm stopping. There's Atari, Spider-Man, Fat Spidey.
There's only one page break and all that scrolling.
Oh, wow.
Oh, the Santa Spidey?
Spider-Man's Santa Kingpin.
Oh, that was the... Oh, yeah. That you wrote an article about that one, I remember, where Spider-Man fought the Kingpin. It was like inserted into newspapers in Dallas, right?
Uh-huh.
I remember that one, yep. Oh, they make a Funko Pop out of Peter Parker Arachnite, where it's combining Moon Knight and Spider-Man.
Yeah, Marvel fandom put it at 616, and I'm like, no.
Right. That's not right. TSR role-playing book where Spider-Man has several adventures based on different actions the reader takes. You did a Cobweb article about that one. The novels, technically
adventure style.
Yep. So these are like those prose novels from the 90s, is what you're talking about. Spider Clones, an alternate amalgam universe that is a bizarro world inhabited by bizarro spider clones. That's when Marvel and DC teamed up again, right? And they had that amalgam character go throughout the universe, I think, is what that's from. Let's see. Spider Knight, as introduced in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, the cartoon that broke George and myself, as we've said.
A lot of these coming up, we have gone into Ultimate Spider-Man hell here, where it's just there was like a mini series where he teams up with Miles Morales, and they jump to a bunch of different universes.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all awful.
Yeah, no doubt. Marvel Superhero Adventures animated series gets one. The Marvel Strike Force video game is a universe.
And that one includes Peter Parker and Miles Morales. So that one I put as one universe. But in the game, at one point they say it was the Miles where Peter Parker died and he went over to the other universe. Weird. But they also say that that Miles is from that same Peter Parker, but the Peter Parker's still alive. So I couldn't tell if it was the same universe or not because it contradicts itself.
That's a mobile game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a mobile game.
So it's called Strike, and Strike stands for Special Tactical Reserve for Interdimensional Key Events. Oof, they're stretching on that one. Here's the game you said that sucked, the Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, the Black Order Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Peter works with the Guardians of the Galaxy to prevent a prison break on the raft.
They deliberately said that Ultimate Alliance 3 is in a separate universe than the other Ultimate Alliance games.
Why? Then why is it called 3?
I'm assuming because it sucked so hard that they had to retcon it.
There's a Marvel Mighty Heroes mobile game where Spidey makes an appearance here. Another mobile game called Marvel Super War. The Funko universe. Of Spider-Man.
So,
okay.
Here's the Funko Pop universe.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Good job.
And there are episodes linked here, YouTube clips, where you can watch the Funko Pop shorts.
Yes, they're cute. I think they're well done too. I remember those. The Marvel Duel video game. I don't remember that one at all.
There's also a couple here from She-Hulk comics where she jumps through like 15 different universes in the span of a page, and they say these are all exactly like 616 New York, except for this one aspect, usually something really dumb. And so since they said it's exactly like 616 New York, we can assume that Spider-Man is in there.
Didn't know he was in Crisis of Infinite Earths #5.
Well, he's Peter never Parker. Given a name, but you can look at the picture.
That looks like Peter Parker, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the end. We end on a DC reference. Again, you have all the sources that you cited. And if you have any others, you have your email down here, Lord Alford at gmail.com, that you could update it if you see any other.
Yeah, I made some notes from people have put some there. The Quest Probe, the Panini, the Twisted Toy, something theater. I forgot what I can't read my handwriting.
Toy Fair.
And the Mega Morph.
Yeah.
So we'll look into those.
So let's take a couple questions before we wrap this up. I'm going to remove that, and we will take some questions from you. Heroing says that he loves that plug-and-play Spider-Man game. I played that all the time as a kid. I remember that. That came out like after the first Sam Raimi movie. Just plugged in right into your TV. Will is having problems on our YouTube channel. It's not loading on the Roku. Sorry about that, Will. Funko Pops, says Vinkman.
Is that all?
Hornacek, come on. We just spent 2 hours and went through how many universes? I think we made pretty good time if we went through 90,000 plus universes in the span of 2 hours. We made it through all in one night. Huzzah! Yeah. Fear the Beans wants to know our reaction to that new Spider-Man costume that we put up on Twitter. I think it's atrocious, and I'm
only seeing the black silhouette.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Hold on, I got you. Let's. I'll pull it up on our Facebook real quick.
I'm gonna go ahead there.
Oh gosh, that is awful.
Hold on, I got you.
Do that. I'm sorry.
That's bad.
So my theory is, who would approve that? And I'll pull it up so I can find it here.
Well, Nick Lowe approved it.
There you go. That's what we're talking about. That costume right there.
Is he glowing green? Are we back to the green glow, or is that just
there's the outline?
Red. Maybe it's just an outline.
It looks like Velveeta cheese, like same color. Velveeta cheese Spider-Man. Like that's like Spider-Man mac and shells and cheese Spider-Man. I mean, it looks. So I put this on our Discord. I'm like, maybe Peter designs this costume and he thinks it's the coolest looking thing ever, and the Marvel universe won't recognize him and they think it's awful too. Maybe that's why they designed that. Anyway,
I'm gonna go ahead and say I hope this is the new standard uniform that Spider-Man has from this point forward.
Well, it's been fun, Mark. No, Hornacek says that he's waiting for the next episode next week of Chi-Town's Every Mary Jane Ever. Yeah, we're going to be doing that on April 20th at 4:20 in the afternoon is when we'll do that episode. Fear the Bean says, the biggest thing I don't like are the orange and the Funko Pop eyes. I didn't notice that. Yeah, that does look like Funko eyes, doesn't it?
The Funko Pop eyes are pretty bad.
Yeah.
Brad, going back to Hornacek's thing about the Mary Jane stuff, there are a lot of universes with Mary Jane and Peter are married, and there's a lot of universes where he's with other people. Rogue, Chat, there's no Deb Whitman. I searched the entire Marvel verse.
You mean you hit the button where it says you've reached the end of the internet for Spider-Man searches? You just keep hitting the end of the next page of Spider-Man search. There's no Deb Whitman.
There's no Deb Whitman in an alternate universe anywhere. She's one of a kind, Brad. She's one of a kind.
Yeah, of course she is.
By far the worst Spider-Man love interest. She was awful.
She worked in what's her name? In Marvel. What's her name?
Cindy?
No. Hornacek. I can never remember the Marvel Team Up girlfriend. Help me out, chat.
There was a whole Spider Jeopardy category on her.
It's not Candy. It's not Randy. It's not Bambi. It's
Oh well.
Here.
Somebody will put it in the chat.
Right. Heroing wants to know.
Sissy Ironwood.
Sissy Ironwood. Yes, Hornacek. Very good. Damn it. Okay. Yes. Sissy Ironwood. Damn it. Vinkman. Yes. Sorry about that. I can't forget her last name, which is damn it. That's why, because we never. Hearing wants to know what costumes are y'all favorites? Alternate costumes.
Bagman.
I don't know if this counts as an alternate, but the Kane Scarlet Spider, I'm a big fan of.
This is one of Mark's favorites right there.
There we go.
Made a Funko Pop. I've also got the Kane somewhere. Here you go. Here you go, Grant. You like that one, right?
Yeah, I like that one.
That one is pretty slick looking. Let's see.
I also like the Future Foundation.
Oh, I didn't like that one.
I like the white and black Future Foundation.
That one was pretty good. He didn't have
You're right. Deb Whitman was in the 90s series. Okay, so she's two of a kind, not one of a kind.
Deb Whitman was in the 90s animated series? Really?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yep.
Google, hold on.
Brad, there's a whole Cobwebs article devoted to Deb Whitman. There's a whole picture of her in the 90s series.
What she looked like in that?
She looked like Deb Whitman. She had glasses that were round and blonde hair pulled back in a ponytail.
Look at that. Wow. I forgot about that. Look at that. I forgot Deb Whitman was in.
I love that cover. That's my favorite cover right there with all the little Spider-Man and she's like freaked out.
Yeah.
Wait, is that Whitman in the Spectacular Spider-Man TV show?
No.
Oh my gosh, look at her there. Doesn't she look creepy?
That's Aunt May version.
Oh, gross. Oh, Peter, what were you thinking?
Spider-Man Crawlspace, Deb Whitman. Look at that.
That's funny. All right, let's see. I like Kane's Scarlet Spider. The unknown Spider-Man with the kick me sign. Yes. They didn't put that on the Funko, though. They should have put the kick me sign on his back end.
Corners. Well, I guess that's technically a separate universe where he doesn't have the kick me sign.
Grant dressed up as Bagman one time for Free Comic Book Day.
Oh, well, that
with kick me sign.
I did.
All you need is like a Fantastic Four shirt, and you need a plastic sack, and you're good.
Yeah.
Heroing says, my favorite costumes are the black suit, of course, the Last Stand suit from JMS's run in the 2990 suit.
No way I'll find it.
I would agree. A couple more questions, and we'll wrap it up with final thoughts, everybody. So get those questions in there. Check out debwhitmanfans.net. You know, if I pull that up on the air, Hornacek, I guarantee it's a porn site. I'm not doing it. I'm not pulling it up on the air, Hornacek.
I'm going to pull it up on my school computer later and hope that it does not get expired.
We're going to do a Patreon for Grant and Mark to get employed. If you I hate the costume with the green glowing spider on his chest, but it's one of my favorite costumes in the PS4 game. It looks great there. Yeah, there's a ton of skins that you can get on the PS4 Spider-Man game. So
speaking of the PS4 Spider-Man game alternate costumes, yeah. I looked to see where most of them originated from to see if we missed any. Mm-hmm. Specifically with the Miles Morales one, because I just got that one. And the Peter Parker ones are mostly from comic books. Mm-hmm. But the majority of the Miles Morales ones are just completely made up for the video game.
Yeah. Well, he's only got, to my recollection, 2 costumes. He's got the Into the Spider-Verse one, which is like the spray painted one on his chest. And he's got the one he had in the Ultimate Universe.
He did have one where he wore a hoodie and he had like a costume store, just a plastic Spider-Man mask that covered the front of his face.
Oh yeah.
and then he bought a Spider-Man costume from another costume store and fought Kangaroo with it in one of his first real fights. And then a bystander told him that that was in bad taste, so he changed the costume.
All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up. I want to put at the end of this episode, again, how you can watch or read through this Google Doc. Go to the SpidermanCrawlspace.com.
Oh, you found it.
Scroll to the very right of the site. You see this little Cobwebs. This is where all the exclusive columns are that people write. And you click on Cobwebs. And Cobwebs number 70, because Mark will probably put more Cobwebs out if you watch this video later. And you click on Cobweb 70, and there are links to all of the 4 Google Docs that we just went over in 2 hours right here. So as Stanley says, enough said with that. Grant and Mark, final thoughts. What do you want to talk about? Final thoughts.
I don't want to talk about alternate universes. I know that much.
No doubt. Well, I appreciate all the hard work that you two have been doing since March to November when you put those universes together. That's crazy.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Amount of work.
Nightmare at times, but it was fun.
Hornacek says this list was a lot of work and it shows. Great job, guys. Love the list, says Joel. Amazed at the work that was put into it. That very true, Joel.
Oh, there's Joel. He's the one who found the Crisis and the that one we mentioned earlier, the 12 something that Marvel 1985.
Ah, yep. Matt, I did see the Funko Zombie Hulk, but I didn't buy it. Vinkman says good show, guys. So. All right. With that, I think that is the last Crawlspace episode of 2020. I don't have any on the books. The next one that I have planned is January 22nd. We might do one before then, but I've got another Spider Collector coming on. It's going to show off his massive Spider-Man collection on January 22nd, I think is the date. Yeah. We'll probably do a review and a new show. We got to hear George's thoughts on that new costume we just showed off to Grant and Mark. So
we have to hear what George has to say.
We the fans demand it, Grant. The fans demand it. Heroing says, thought I caught it at the end, but great show like always. Thank you, Heroing. All right. Good night, everybody. See you in 2021. All right.